With so many anime hits in 2022, it's tough to keep track of what we should be watching. But we're here to help. Assume you've been watching Made in Abyss and are now contemplating Season 2. Then you'll need to know everything there is to know about the alluring golden city of the Scorching Sun. This city is the setting of the central plot point in Season 2. But as you learn about its origin, it's nothing but a blindsiding mirage. With so many unexpected twists and turns, you'd want to know the real story behind this phenomenon. In case you missed it, Made in Abyss is set in a world where a great chasm known as the Abyss exists. The pit is home to various lost civilizations, relics, and all sorts of creatures. In this video, we will unravel the background and lore behind the golden city of the Scorching Sun, along with a massive story unfolding. So, sit back, relax, and let's take a dive into the Abyss. The Golden City is a fabled area that's said to be found in the 6th layer of the Abyss. It's often called the capital of the Unreturned by the former native tribe due to no one returning upon entering. The city itself is said to be made of gold, with rumors circulating that anything that sets foot in the fabled land will turn to gold. This fabled city is worshipped by a local tribe, introducing us to a tribe known as the GANJA, led by Wazukyan and Belaf. The GANJA was a suicide squad of misfits who set sail in search of the Abyss and the Golden City, eventually reaching the 6th layer and arriving at the Golden City. However, it's different from what they expected. After realizing they would perish if they attempted to return to the surface, they established a permanent camp. Eventually, they founded Ilblue Village to become the first citizens of the Golden City. Now, Ilblue is a thriving community of adventurers, driven by the pursuit of salvation in the Abyss. The Golden City and GANJA are both filled with mysteries yet to be discovered. We'll explore this by going in depth with Season 2. The second season focuses on the next big challenger, the 6th layer of the Great Abyss. Golden City tries to outdo the initial pilot season by being more heartbreaking, unsettling, and having more intense moments. They really don't shy away from gruesome scenes, as we're led into the 6th layer for the entirety of the season. Interestingly, we don't begin this season with the protagonists, Rico and Reg, but with Vueko and the GANJA Suicide Corps. We're immediately learning about them as they venture into the uncharted territory of the Abyss. Because of Rico's and Reg's absence at the beginning, it gives viewers a fresh perspective on the Abyss that we tend to brush off. Typically, we see the Abyss from the perspective of Rico. It's a tone of adventure and mystery, similar to how kids would see a treasure hunt. But with the crew of GANJA, it takes on a whole new angle. The perspective that the members of GANJA see is more of salvation, whereas Rico and the others view it as a journey. Season 2 gives a more severe and grim view of how the Abyss looks. The Golden City is said to be the capital of Unreturned, not only figuratively because it's way down in the 6th layer of the Abyss, but also literally. As a quick recap, the Abyss plays by the sinister rule in the form of a curse. This is where descending through each layer takes something away from the person. When traveling through the first few layers of the Abyss, travelers may leave with the following symptoms: nausea, vomiting, body aches, blood, and other sicknesses that are inconvenient but still treatable. The 6th layer, however, when the GANJA Corps tried to test whether they could leave, it only resulted in utter failure. At this level, the curse takes your humanity, leaving the user as a concoction of mush, unable to think like a human. Any human turned into this will suffer an endless cycle of pain and despair. The Golden City arc shows us a new side to delve into when it comes to an understanding of the true nature of the Abyss. This will give you a good understanding of the story behind the Golden City of the Burning Sun without giving everything away. Now, let's see the same city through the eyes of our new visitors. We warn you though, there will be spoilers, but we won't be spilling all the beans. When we finally see Rico and the gang for the first time, they set off towards the village, searching for Prushka, who had been taken. Here, we are greeted with a town made up of creatures who reside within the 6th layer. We've come to learn that the villagers are forced to play by the rules of the balancing. This is where to barter, a person must trade something of equal value with another. Determining the price of a specific object is dependent on the person's importance in it, giving more power to one's self-value. These inhabitants are forced to only trade belongings of equal value based on the worth they see and also the worth that the other person sees in it. Here, we are playing with the ideology of sacrifice, which we see throughout the season. The balancing is so strict that if a person breaks another person's valuable, they are forced to give up something in return for equal value. If they do not possess enough assets, their body parts will be sacrificed to compensate for the exchange. The Golden City arc is a direct reminder that the abyss is unpredictable and deadly. As the story continues to unfold, we learn that the village is inhabited by survivors of the GANJA expedition. When Vueko and the Corps finally arrived at the Golden City, they were still unable to find a way to continue living. This is because there's a lack of resources and no safe means of returning to the surface or descending further down. As a result, the GANJA established themselves as the city's first citizens, becoming the village of Il Blue. However, almost every member has been turned into monsters so different from their former selves that they are unrecognizable. It's through the concept of the balancing and the survivor's fate that we start to understand how dangerous and mysterious the abyss truly is. To further understand the Golden City of the Burning Sun concept, we need to explore the underlying themes. Sacrifice and value are the season's most prominent themes and are the theme of the 6th layer, with the Golden City literally an analogy of how far you can go to achieve something. And more importantly, is it worth sacrificing for? The GANJA Suicide Corps ventured down the abyss in search of the Golden City, knowing there was a real chance that they might not even see the city, let alone live to see it. When they finally reach their designated area, as they wish for their deepest desires, the abyss eventually transforms them into deformed humans called Narehate that resemble their desires. Narehate in Il Blue is granted protection by the village after taking the form of their deepest desire. In return, they are trapped inside the town by a force field, unable to leave the capital of the Unreturned. This shows that yes, the GANJA achieved what they ventured for in the first place, but at what cost? The Golden City is a terrifying embodiment of how shining lights can blind a person into thinking only about the light at the end of the tunnel, but not in a state of mind from which they can never return. And what makes the person and even the viewers think, how far is too far? Is it even worth it for Riko to climb down the unknown abyss only for a chance to meet her mom? It makes you wonder what lies ahead for Riko in the 7th layer. It bodes the question, what can you sacrifice in order to reach it? We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you're still on the fence about this anime series, check out our other video, the emotional masterpiece also known as Made in Abyss. Thanks for watching!